Okay, this is a quick Scratch program that will help you with your algebra extension. So open up Scratch. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of our friend here, the cat. And I'm going to put in a new sprite. And I'm thinking this new sprite is going to represent what I call the host. So I'm going to make the dragon. He's going to be the host in this situation. So I've got the host. I need 3 or 4 other either sprites that you've created or that you can just grab from the sprites that have already been made up, and you're going to use those as options. So I'm just going to grab a couple sprites here. So I'm going to make ghost, but I have to shrink the ghost, so you double click costumes, edit. Got to make the ghost a bit smaller. It's going to be one of the options, so we consider the ghost option A. I'm going to grab another sprite here. We'll say the ghoul. The ghoul is going to be option B, and I'm going to edit the ghoul, make the ghoul smaller, and put the ghoul up in the corner here. So this is option B. And one more sprite. We'll have 3 options. We'll make the unicorn. There you go. The unicorn is option C in this situation. And we'll shrink down the unicorn, and we'll put the unicorn in the corner here. So we have your host, which is the dragon. We have a ghost, which could be option A. The ghoul could be option B, and the unicorn could be option C. So let's get started. The very first thing we're going to do in this situation is we're going to go to the scripts. We're going to set it up where when the flag is clicked, we're going to have to set up different variables. And the variables are located here. There's 3 different variables you need to set up. The first variable you're going to set up is going to be the answer variable. And that variable is going to be used whenever somebody has to have an answer. We're going to make another variable, and that's going to be the score variable. This is your scoreboard. And the third variable is the clicked variable. And we're going to make a variable and call it clicked. And then those are your 3 variables. As you can see, all 3 variables are located up here. Now, we don't need the clicked and the answer variable set up there. So I'm going to take those off by clicking on these buttons here. The scoreboard I'm going to put right down in the middle there. I'm going to leave it up there so that we can keep score when we do our quiz here. So when that's clicked, I have to set all 3 of these all 3 of these variables, clicked and score, have to set to 0. So all 3 of them have to start off at 0. So when this is clicked, when the flag is clicked, all 3 of the variables that I've created, answer, clicked, and score, are now set to 0. Now, I want the host to say something. So I'm going to have the host say, welcome, put a capital in there, to the quiz. And then the instructions will be, click on me when you're ready. So when the person wants to start the quiz, they just click on the dragon, and then this quiz begins. So we've got, when this is clicked, welcome to the quiz, click on me when you are ready. So now, we've just set this up where there are 3 different answers that you can choose from. And the way you do that is you have to write the script for the 3 different options. So this is the ghost script. Now the ghost script, that is going to be option 1 or option A. So I have the ghost, and I'm going to change actually the sprite name to ghost. So you'll see when the ghost is clicked, I have to set click to 1, and I also have to set the answer to 1, so that if the answer is correct and the person chooses 1, then it's going to give a response. And I'll show you more of the coding of that in a second here. But I'm going to do the ghoul now. And the ghoul is option 2. So I still have to make sure that when the ghoul's clicked, that clicked is always going to be set to 1. Always set to 1. But the answer in this situation has to be set to 2 because this is the second option for the answers. Let's click on the third sprite, the 4th actually. And we're going to call it unicorn. And we're going to click on control, bring the unicorn clicked in here. The variables, again, I have to set clicked to 1, but I have to set the answer now to 3. And if you have more than 3 options, you just make a 4th sprite or you add a 4th sprite and you set answer to 4, and those are your 4 different options. So now I've got all my different options set up. I'm going to go back to the host, And I'm going to name him the host, the dragon. And I'm going to say that when the host is clicked, we're going to start our actual our quiz. So I put in the wait 1 second just to slow things down, and then I'm going to get the dragon to say a question. So the dragon is going to say, what is 4 times 2? Then he's going to give the options. So the answer for ghost, if you want the answer to be ghost, the ghost thinks the answer is 10. The ghoul thinks the answer is 12. And the unicorn thinks the answer is 8. So I'm saying, what is 4 times 2? The ghost, if you think 10 is the answer, you click on the ghost. If you think the ghoul has the right answer with 12, you click on him. If you think the unicorn has the right answer, you click on the unicorn. And I'm going to extend this for 5 seconds so it gives the person playing the quiz enough time to actually be able to figure it out. Okay, so this is where the coding gets a little bit difficult, but not too bad if you have an idea as to what you're trying to do. So you're going to click on the control again. And in this situation, you need to wait until something is clicked. We need to wait until clicked equals 1. Now we've set all the variables so that clicked does equal 1. So we're going to put the something equals something sign in here. We're going to come and get the clicked variable, drop it off in the front, and we're going to say it equals 1. Now that's the thing. All 3 have been set so that clicked equals 1. So that's set up properly. Now I need to put in the if else. So if, this is where you start differentiating between the answers. I'm going to come and get the answer variable. And I'm going to drop it. Actually, we're going to come and get the operator variable first. And we're going to drop it in here. Then I'm going to go get the answer variable. I'm going to drop the answer variable in here. In this situation, we know the unicorn has the right answer because 4 times 2 equals 8. So the unicorn, if we remember correctly, it is set up to be answer number 3. So I'm going to go back to the host. I'm going to click on this and make it 3. So if the answer is 3, I'm going to change the score. So I'm going to change the score. I'm going to add, I don't know, 10 points. We'll say 10 points for every question you get right. And I should say something too. So I'm going to say correct. Get those in the right order here. Put that on the top, put this underneath, and you're going to say correct for 2 seconds. Now, if they don't get the right answer, I'm going to say incorrect, but I'm going to explain. 4 times 2 equals 8. Great try. Always want to be positive. And then at the end, I'm going to drop in a control, and I'm going to allow the very end for the whole thing to wait for 2 seconds. Okay? So it's a very basic script, and that's one answer. So what I've done is I've created basically the opportunity for someone to interact with this question, and I'm going to put a stage back here too, a background, just to make it nice. So I'm going to import, we're going to say nature, and I'm going to make it not underwater, not on a wave. We'll make this in a canyon here. That's good. So there, now we're in a canyon. And as you can see, ghosts can fly, and unicorns and dragons are hanging out on the ground. So here we go. Let's give it a try. Let's see what happens when we run our program. So I'm going to click on full screen. I'm going to click on welcome to the quiz. Click on me when you are ready. I'm going to click on the dragon. What is 4 times 2? Ghost is 10, ghoul is 12, unicorn is 8. So I know that 4 times 2 is 8, so I'm going to click on the unicorn and see what happens. And it says correct. And that is just a very basic script that I want you to try to follow. There's the script. Try to create your own questions using algebra. And furthermore, try to create more than one question. So I just did one question. I showed you the script for one question. Try to create more than one. Good luck.